Sell tickets online, never in the streets. Easiest way to make money. I go to the ticket shop.
Click the link at the top line of the description.
I want to play this one, man. This was I actually put this on the back burner. So I definitely wanted to talk about it with you the other day. So I'm gonna play this video. You probably seen it circulating on the internet.
Who owned BET? And now look what's on BET. I mean, a lot of it's negative stereotypes and stuff like that. If black people own their own media, they wouldn't allow a lot of negative stereotypes even on there. Now let's go back to American black culture back like 1950s, 1960s. They had very low divorce rates. They all dressed really nice. They were all polite and everything like that, you know, and with any culture. But everything started going downhill when they had somebody else take control over their media and started profiting off their own demise. Because I remember even hearing Kanye West talking about this, like 1990s. That's when all this like gangster stuff coming out.
Yeah.
And they had all these like self-demeaning music videos and everything like that. Missy Elliott and calling herself a bitch. They're all using the N-word and stuff like that. It's all like self-depreciation. But you have another group of people destroying somebody else's culture and making a ton of money in the process.
Right.
And that's not right.
And they're making them look bad.
BET and all that, they should own their own media. Everyone should own their own media. But when you don't own your own media, that's when others get to exploit you for their own profit and to your own demise, man.
And they control you, basically.
And they control you. They control which way you vote and everything through that, too.
All right, and I'm not sure if you've seen that making its rounds around the internet, but everybody was posting it. And I'm like, well, we talk about this stuff all the time, but it took this man, you know, to say it for everybody in hip hop now to be, oh, this is true. So what's your, you know, your thoughts on that? Obviously, he's a white man. I don't know if you got a chance to see his face. He's a white man. He tells us about us, which we already know. But like I said, it's resonating right now. That video went viral a lot of places. So what's your thoughts on that?
I mean, when you ask yourself, why would someone in white culture want to, or any culture for that matter, want to deliver television to a certain other group of people? That's exploitation in itself. Because why would you decide to go into another realm to distribute content and try to distribute it and market it and create art in a way where you think is going to be entertaining to those people? And when you look at some of the art that they've created, it couldn't be more disconnected from who we really are as a people. You know, when he was showing those original photos, when those original photos were being shown up, the men dressed in and having on hats and having on fedoras and having on those smooth jackets and the suits and the ties, or the blazer and that reminded me of grandma and grandpa. Do you remember those pictures?
Oh yeah,
them dressing smooth, you know what I mean? Grandpa with the slacks and the belt and they looking sharp, grandma, you know what I mean, looking right, and them, you know what I mean, representing, you know what I mean, a strong, powerful black couple, man, and that's what we were raised on. That's what we saw. But it's also very interesting. That was also the time in the 90s where we started watching the Boys in the Hoods and the Menace to Societies, and we watched them all. And that was kind of the beginning of the trend that you unfortunately see now. Like, it started, the seed began there. Now, we were lucky enough to be nurtured in a place to where we can watch those movies, but we can detach our reality from that entertainment, because throughout the day we were running around outside, we were in the garden, we were busting our ass, putting in work. Our grandpa was on us, you know what I mean, making sure that we knew we were men and holding us to a certain standard even at a very young age. And then we can kind of disconnect and watch those shows, but know that what was right, what was wrong. Not everyone had that luxury. Not everyone had that opportunity and that fortunate sense to do so like we did. So some of those people looked at that as truth because they identified what they were going through with those movies. And then you ushered in this level of ignorance, you know what I'm saying? And then we started looking at the words that we started using that were derogatory, and we started kind of using them as endearment. And now Asian culture uses them in derogatory. They use it against each other, and Hispanics use it against each other. And it shows you how influential we are, but it also shows you the damages that it did. And it all kind of started in the beginning with programming, with television. You know what I mean? When we see a BET television back then, and we see people that look like us and move like us, we had no fucking idea who it was ran by, just like we had no idea who Tommy Hilfiger was ran by back in the day, but we wore it. Just like we drank Henny and didn't know what that was ran by, but we drank it. You know what I'm saying? We kind of filtered toward these places and these spaces that kind of fit our niches, and we gravitated and we fed it. And when you see a BET and you thinking it's owned for us by us, we're gonna feed into it. But when you look at the level of ignorance that it projected and where it's at now, I mean, he's 100% correct. And it's unfortunate that somebody in a different hue, you know what I mean, speaking a different way, has to articulate it for people to kind of go, oh yeah, that's the truth. When people were saying it 8-9 years ago. But hey, I'm glad y'all got the message, man. I'm glad you're here, and he's 100% correct.
Yeah, nah, man. You put that excellent. You broke that down. Excellent. Here's what I'll add to it. I took a trip when I went to DC. I implore everybody to go to this African American museum in Washington, DC. It is amazing, bro. Like, it's huge. It's probably like 3 or 4 floors. But I want to go again because I kind of rushed through it. I want to take my time when it's not crowded. But it kind of shows you different artifacts, and like it takes you like from history, like where we come, and like it shows you, where we came from, slavery, the antebellum period, Civil War, all that stuff up until now. And it's a point in time where you kind of see when that kind of changes, like you said, like the 90s, like even like 70s and on into the 90s, like 80s, like when we was born, it started kind of shifting, to the bullshit. And the truth about it is that at every angle, at every stop, this country has been diabolically opposed to Black power and Black success. Anywhere you look at it, whether you talk about Jim Crow laws, Plessy versus Ferguson was supposed to be separate but equal, but we know it wasn't. To integration, to all the different things, them stripping us of vote, they ain't want us voting, them stripping us of, pretty much anything that we ever had to do in this country to, as they say, pull yourself up from the bootstrap. You go create your own communities, you get your own stores, your businesses, they burn them shits down. You want to do for yourself, do for this and this. They call you terrorists, they call you this, they call you that. And then once you finally integrate and you finally start, okay, then they take away the jobs. This country's been showing you that if it wants to help a specific group of people, it can do it. It did it with Italians, it did it with Irish, it did it with Jewish people. I'm not saying that they didn't help themselves, but the order of America met them halfway. It's never met us halfway. And I'm not using this as an excuse. This is facts. Even when we start moving forward and we say, all right, let's, we're gonna create hip hop as a voice of the voiceless, to fight the power, to uplift our people, to talk about Black is beautiful, all this stuff to lift ourselves up from our bootstraps. Then what do they do? NWA, gangster rap. Us going against each other. We got the Black Panther Party. What do? Sending informants in. They get us infighting and fighting with each other and shit. So we never see what the goal is. So they make, right? They strip you economically, right? They give you crack in your community, knowing you're gonna sell it, and then give you a harsher sentence for somebody else with the same thing, one molecule different, with cocaine, and give you a harsher sentence, taking a man out the household, single household, economic power, political power destroyed, everything, no education, bad health, all of that. Mm-hmm. And this is the product that we see. So when you see these guys, like I'm listening to this drill rap, dude just talking about murders. You look at people like Sexy Red. Once you listen to what this man just said on the video, and then you put like a song on, Cardi B, any of them, you really realize how much trash it is. Because at the end of the day, we so desensitized to the shit. We hear this shit and we just like, all right, whatever. Mm-hmm. It's cool. But at the end of the day, it's the worst possible thing ever that they're talking about and saying, for real, for real. When you think about where we come from, like we should be outraged to hear anybody talk like that. You know what I mean? So that's just the facts about it. I'm not saying, there's no excuses. That's just what it is.
Yeah, man. Well said. 100% agree.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. So I really can't believe it, bro. Like when I heard the video a few days ago, it started making me like, I put on like Instagram. I'm starting looking at the shit like, God damn, we really fell far, bro.
Far. Yeah,
and
man.
it's like it's really because again we get desensitized to it. We living in it every day, so it's not as bad no more. But this shit is horrible, bro. Like we
And
should like, yeah, go ahead.
no, and it's leaking right into our neighborhoods. It's leaking right into our. It's a leak. It's the reality is it's everywhere, man. And it's like you said, we fell so far. Like for all the advances that we've made and for all the special things we've done, unfortunately, we're 50 yards behind the 8 ball because of all the negative shit that is displayed. I mean, you even talk about how content is created, how it's distributed, how we're looked at. Like everyone is fucking mocking us or making a mockery of us, and we allow that shit to go down. It's crazy, man. It's sad.
The drill thing. This shit is spilling into suburbs now. I'm drilling on so and so. I gotta do this to so and so. I'm not giving him no this and no that. And I heard a dude, he was rapping like, I'm the reason why so and so cousins no longer here. We here, sitting here debating and laughing about what victim got it done the worst. This is on songs, literally. People coming up with these acronyms. It's not Blood and Crip no more. Now it's CCE or ABC or DDG. That's the name of these different gangs. And they running around and they getting millions of views on YouTube and millions of views on Instagram. And it's Black Death. Yep. And nobody seems to be outraged about it. It's entertainment for us, right? It's crazy, man.
And then a white Adam 22 or even an academics who has no connection or no want or will to make it better, go in there and exploit it. No different than a BET, just in real time.
Yeah.
Man, oh man, it's crazy.
It's crazy, man.
Millions,
I got
millions of views to watch death, millions of views to watch people get slaughtered and entertain them about it. Man, my bad. What you got, bro?
No, one more, man. I know we rocking 30 minutes in. Let me knock this last one out. It's late.
Yeah.
So Dame, he was on not Dame. Memphis Bleak was on Drink Champs, and he was talking about Dame Dash, and he pretty much said that Jay-Z would never speak to Dame and Dash again. I'm gonna play this clip right here and get your thoughts on it.